SS 8H5. Analyze the impact of the Civil War on Georgia. Element A. Explain the importance of key issues and events that led to the Civil War. Include slavery, states' rights, nullification, Compromise of 1850, and the Georgia Platform, the Dred Scott case, Abraham Lincoln's election in 1860, and the debate over secession in Georgia. Our learning target: I will explain how slavery, states' rights, and nullification led to the Civil War. Think back to the establishment of Georgia, when Georgia was a trustee colony. Remember those rules that the trustees made? The no slavery rule was a big rule. The malcontents said that Georgia wouldn't prosper and grow with the no slavery rule. Well, that rule was finally overturned, and slavery was allowed, and Georgia began to grow. Then comes the cotton gin. Now we can clean the cotton quickly, so we need to plant cotton and pick it quicker. Our dependence on slavery is growing. The North looked at slavery as an evil thing. The South looked at slavery as a help or a need. Every time the nation gained new land, the South wanted slavery to expand. The North didn't. As a slave state, Georgia wanted slavery to expand. Georgia wasn't very trustful of abolitionists. An abolitionist is someone who wants slavery to end. So now, think back to when the United States was created. The Articles of Confederation gave the power to the states. The colonists didn't want a king's rule, so the federal government was not strong. The states had the power. But all the signers of the Articles of Confederation knew that the federal government needed more power to run the country. So the issue of states' rights has long been an issue.
States' rights is the amount of power a state government has in relation to the amount of power held by the federal government in making decisions.
Even after the U.S. Constitution had been approved, the issue of states' rights caused problems, even before the Civil War. During the War of 1812, the New England states were losing money because they couldn't trade with Britain. The New England states considered leaving the Union. One of the states' rights issues was the issue of nullification. This started in the 1830s when a fight over tariffs began. The North had a high tariff or tax on goods imported from Great Britain. This upset the South because it took away the profits from the cotton farmers. The northern states dominated the House of Representatives, and they voted to renew the tariff. South Carolina got mad. South Carolina said they would nullify or declare the tariff invalid and possibly secede or leave the Union. President Andrew Jackson said, "If you leave the Union, we will attack." The threat worked, and it kept South Carolina from leaving the Union. Georgia had its own states' rights issue. Remember the Worcester versus Georgia case? Georgia lost that case, but was refusing to release the missionaries and continued to push out the Cherokees. This test of states' rights proved that a state could do whatever it wanted if there was not a strong federal government or other states to stop them.